Hello there, namaste. So this is Bhool Bhulaiyaa. This is a film I absolutely love when I first saw it, and this film took forever for me to get because I had to find the film, and then I had to, well, take the film from where I found it because there were no subtitles. Then I had to get subtitles. Then I had to put subtitles on the green screen. Then I had to make sure it all synced up with the video without watching the film. I might add, without watching the film. So it took me like a week almost to get the film so I could watch it. And I ended up watching it. And I absolutely found this film phenomenal. It was one of the first films I actually saw with Akshay Kumar. And it definitely was worth the time it took for me to get it out there. And especially with them constantly trying to redo this film as a quick cash grab is just absolutely embarrassing. This film, of course, was a remake of, well, the original, because the first remake of the original was an absolute piece of garbage, which I did watch and review. It made no sense. But I haven't seen the original yet, but I don't have access to it. But I do have access to this one, and this is the one that keeps being copied. So yeah, Bhool Bhulaiyaa. So in case you didn't realize, I have seen this film before. I have, and I absolutely love it. The intros take forever. Forever. Bhool Bhulaiyaa. You know, I wonder if I'm actually going to notice anything new this time around. Because the first time I had no clue. I was expecting Akshay Kumar to be in it, like, in the beginning. And he didn't show up for like an hour and 10 minutes into the film. Halfway. And then he shows up. And then he's acting like a character I didn't expect him to play. But yeah. I'm guessing I'm gonna catch some new things this time around.
ख्याली पुलाव मत पकाना कि दिन ज्यादा लेंगे तो आमदनी भी ज्यादा होगी राजघराना है लूट लेंगे ना चोर अरे यहाँ का कालीन बेच खाया क्या तुम लोगों ने हाँ राज गए रजवाड़े गए अब तो भैया रजाई का अस्तर भी फटने लगा है
Wait, was there someone who was moving up before him?
राज गए रजवाड़े गए अब तो भैया रजाई का अस्तर भी फटने लगा है
Yeah, maybe there is someone with him. I don't recall seeing someone go up before him. Yeah, who the heck was that? Was that just a mistake?
तेरा कितना हुआ रघु
Everyone's already left. Oh, so I guess Raghu went up ahead of him and disappeared. Yeah, it's funny how people who tell stories, that people who are super like overly superstitious, they start to lean into those and believe them. Of course, that's spoilers to those who haven't seen the film.
हाँ ठीक है बोल दूंगा ठीक है वक्त पर आ गए अच्छा खासा खेल चल
जाने अनजाने में आप भी कितनी अंग्रेजी बोलते हो पता है कुछ अंग्रेजी शब्द का हिंदी नाम तो आपको पता भी नहीं है अब क्रिकेट को हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं बोलो
क्रिकेट को हिंदी में कहते हैं गोल गट्टम लकड़ पट्टम दे धनाधन खेल
Cricket is cricket.
क्या चल रहा है
जी वही पुराना झगड़ा हिंदी अंग्रेजी का
हिंदी सबसे बेहतर अब अंग्रेजी में बिल्ली को कैसे लिखते हैं CAT बोलते कैसे हैं कैट मतलब क्या होता है बिल्ली अब हिंदी में लिखते भी बिल्ली है बोलते भी बिल्ली है और मतलब भी बिल्ली है मूढ़ तालम माने मूर्ख ताला ताला कभी मूर्ख या सयाना हो ही नहीं सकता ताला ताला होता है चाबी चाबी होती है अब जैसे मेरी हवेली की चाबी है अभी अब
It's in the door.
अरे मुरारी अरे क्या ताल पे बेताल नाच रहे हो
I always dance off beat.
वो नंदिनी
I didn't notice that. The fact that she was just sitting there the whole time in prayer or whatever she was doing, I wonder if she was just told to remain in that pose and not move. She did a good job if that was the case.
मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि अभी जाके निकालूं कि कब तुम्हें कैसे पता चला?
लो कमाल है, मुझे पता नहीं, तुम्हारी बेटी ने बताया।
नंदिनी?
हाँ,
उसको कैसे पता चला?
भाभी ने बताया होगा।
उसको भी पता चल गया? अरे रे, अब तो बहुत डांट पड़ेगी।
अरे ये तो घर की बात है, पता चलना ही था, उसमें है क्या? तुम फिक्र क्यों करते हो? मैं अभी निकाले देता हूँ, आ जाओ आ जाओ।
मुरारी भैया बड़े
अरे
बहादुर
तुम
हो।
आओ तो सही भाई।
वहाँ रात को अंधेरे में तुम्हें डर नहीं लगे?
अरे इसमें डरने की क्या बात है, बस कुएं में कूदना ही तो है।
कुएं में?
हाँ।
कुएं में क्यों?
अरे बाल्टी कुएं में है ना।
बाल्टी?
हाँ,
अरे चाबी महल में है।
तो निकालना क्या है, चाबी, बाल्टी या कुआं?
अरे डपर सांग, मेरी चाबी महल में रह गई है, वो निकालनी है।
चाबी
हाँ,
महल में?
महल में।
अभी?
हाँ,
इस अंधेरे में? ना ना, ना, मैं नहीं चलने वाला।
बड़ी बहादुरी दिखा रहे थे ना। मैं तुम्हें नहीं छोड़ना। चलो।
I think okay, so is this making fun of like the scene that happened prior? Because where they're talking about how English is sophisticated, but Hindi is not. That's what the artist was saying, and then he was going, no, Hindi's better because it's always the same. Was it making fun of the fact that he was saying keys and it sounded the same to well, and he just assumed he was wanting something from the bucket in the well? I'm guessing that's the joke playing here. It was comparing the two scenes. I'm assuming. I'm just reaching here because he clearly didn't understand what was being said. And of course, the same exact thing happens in English. So English is not better. If anything, it's the most backwards language spoken. It's in the door. Why are you going in? They just wanted the keys. So who was that supposed to be?
रक्षा कवच लेना है छोटे पंडित से। शौच स्नान छोड़ के भोर से खड़ा हूँ यहाँ पे। अब तो बैठा भी नहीं जाता। गुब्बारे फूट रहे भर भर के अंदर।
सहस्त्र नाम जब चल रहा है तो देर तो लगेगी ही।
देर कहीं मुझे ना हो जाए। क्यों फांसी पे चढ़ा रहे हो?
इस ताबीज को हाथ में लेने से पेड़ को बांधने तक तुम अपना मुंह नहीं खोल सकते।
तो मुझे जो
चुप! मुंह बंद। ओम ओम।
The sad thing is literally that's someone who's just trying to make money, obviously. He can't open his mouth.
ओ, ये कौन सा लोक नृत्य कर रहे हो सुबह सुबह? क्या हुआ, ऐसा क्या?
He needs a ride.
इधर का पीछे बैठोगे? अच्छा, अभी लगी है तुमको? मैं तो समझा था रात को तुम्हारी धोती बिगड़ गई। अरे चलता हूँ, ले चलता हूँ भाई, ले चलता।
नहीं, रात देर से आए और तड़के उल्टे पैर बाहर चले गए।
मतलब कुछ नहीं बोला, बिल्कुल मुंह नहीं खोला। मेरा शक सही निकला। अरे आपने देखा नहीं, अंदर दौड़ते हुए गए, मुंह फूला हुआ, लाल लाल गुलाल लाल आंखें, और ऐसे अकड़ के चल रहा है जैसे किसी ने तार गुछेड़ दिया हो पीछे से।
बोलो कुछ। अरे क्या हुआ, बोलो ना कुछ।
He can't speak until he's taking care of it.
बद्री भैया के पास जाके पूजा का तावीज लाती हूँ।
Set it on the chair, not on the plant.
ये हवेली की देखभाल का जिम्मा अपने सर उठा के कोई लाभ नहीं होने वाला है, हमने कहा था। लेकिन तुम्हारा पति नोटों की आहट से।
मेरे पति को बचा लो भैया। मैं
एक धागा हम अभिमंत्रित करके देंगे। पटुक शंकर से कहना 3 दिन तक अपने अंग से अलग न करे, लेकिन हम देंगे तो वो पहनेंगे।
So everyone assumed he was possessed because he wasn't speaking.
ये लो, और जाकर बटुक शंकर के तोन पे कस के बांधो, और जब तक ये कार्य संपन्न नहीं होता तब तक अपनी मुंह की पेटी बंद रखना। बिल्कुल।
दरअसल हम कल ही आ गए थे रात को, तो सीधा महल गए। वहाँ दरवाजा खुला था, ताला लगा था, चाबी भी लटकी हुई थी। अंदर गए, अंदर कोई नहीं था।
कल रात तुमने महल में प्रवेश किया था?
हमने? अब नहीं। अरे वहाँ क्या खड़ी हो, कम ऑन इन।
Okay. They were the ones in the house. They were the shadow.
अरे मोम की तरह पिघल क्यों गए आप लोग? बहू का स्वागत नहीं करना है?
जी।
बड़ी हो गई हो और बेहद खूबसूरत भी। एक दिन ऐसा नहीं था जब हम लोग लड़ते नहीं थे। आज कट्टी तो कल घट्टी।
तुम्हारे बारे में बहुत सुना है।
अरे जानकी बुआ कैसी हो? फूफा जी का है?
आज मौन व्रत है उसका, अभिमंत्रित धागा है ना उसके पास। तुम जाओ। हाँ जानकी।
So how did they not know he was married? This is one thing that's like So she was expecting to be with the one she had always loved, but he ended up marrying someone in America, and nobody knew.
जी, हम महल में रहना चाहते हैं। वो अवनी को महल और हवेलियों का बहुत शौक है, इसीलिए तो हमने महल की मरम्मत करवाई थी।
देखो सिद्धार्थ, बंटवारे के मुताबिक तुम भले ही उस महल के मालिक हो।
आप अपने विश्वास को सत्य समझते हैं और मैं सिर्फ सत्य पे विश्वास रखता हूँ। जब मुझे अनुभव होगा तब मान लूंगा।
Smart. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'd be the same way. I'd have to experience something before I believe it. Like, I've been talked to about things, and I'm like, sure, sometimes they sound good. Like, I've heard stories, like stories firsthand of people who have firsthand experience. But for me, it's like, I will need to personally experience it. Like, I'm one of those who hypnotism doesn't work on.
अरे वाह, क्या बात है। तेरी ज़बान तो फिर से
Because of the way my mind works. Hypnotism only works on particular people. That's why if you're called up for hypnotism, they test you before they send you off the stage or keep you. Oh yeah, they don't know that someone's wandering around the manor now.
अरे आप अरे मुरारी चाचू
नमस्ते।
दूर चली जा, डायन, दूर। ये लोगों को डराने का नया शौक चढ़ा है क्या? दरवाजा क्यों बंद कर रही है?
I forgot how funny this is. I forgot how funny this is.
इधर नहीं दूंगा तो कुछ भी कर ले।
When he wanted to ride, because they are told they can't speak until they do the task. So he was quiet. They thought he was possessed. Then she can't speak until she does the task and the fact that she's pulling up his shirt. It's like he's probably assuming she wants something else. This movie is so funny. And the acting is on point. The way he's acting is just... I forgot how funny this movie was. I really did. Oh my gosh. It's been like a year now, maybe 2 since I've seen it. This film is so funny. So funny. I paused it like on a worse scene. Oh, sorry. It just popped into my head what it looks like to someone who's walking in. Oh, I'm calming down. That's just the look in her eyes, the way that her eyes are rolling in the back of her head. Oh my gosh, I must be extra tired because I'm finding it so funny. I'm sorry. I just laughed and then it gets to this scene. Oh, I think I'm a little bit extra tired. You know how things are extra funny when you're extra sleepy. That's where I'm at right now. Whew. Okay. We're continuing.
हो गया। नंदिनी ने सब देख लिया। जाकर बोल कि तू ताबीज बांध रही थी, नहीं तो क्या सोचेगी। जा।
इसमें रिवाज में विश्वास रखते हो या वो भी धो डाला अमेरिका में?
रखता हूँ, मानता हूँ चाचा जी, लेकिन आप में, मेरे राजा आप ही हो, आप जो बोलोगे ना करें।
Yeah, it's about being respectful. Just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean you throw things out the window. You want to make sure the people you're around are comfortable too, so you do the respectful thing. And he's being respectful. Even though he doesn't believe it and believes it's nonsense, he's still going to do the rituals to make everyone else comfortable and happy. Oh, sorry, I'm still feeling a little... still feel like laughing. I am tired, I guess. Oh... like a royal ceremony. Kings are gone, and so are the British. We're in a democracy. Sony.
अनबिलीवेबल, तुम तो सचमुच के राजा हो मेरे राजा। राजा को एक नजराना इस नाचीज को रानी बनाने के लिए।
इतने बड़े राजा का इतने से क्या होगा?
This reminds me of the Friends episode where he accidentally left the camera running where they did the deed on all the wedding invites. Ross and Rachel. The funny thing is, if I'm laughing this much now, because I remember Akshay Kumar doesn't show up, and I mentioned this already, doesn't show up for a while, and when he does, like, it doubles down on the comedy. The way he constantly teases that one woman, the way he constantly, it's just hilarious. This is when you know a film is good. You can rewatch something you watched and absolutely loved, and you still laugh your head off during it, like if it's a comedy. Yes, I'm probably a little extra tired, which is why it was a little more funny than it originally was, but I remember laughing my head off at that scene. I had to pause it because I was watching it with my fiance, and I just couldn't stop laughing because it was just so, it looked bizarre. It was like, what the heck? Yeah, I'm talking over the entire song because I won't be able to play this song. I can't. I have to remove all music from the recording because, well, I'll get a strike for it. Not a strike, or sometimes it gets blocked or whatever. Sometimes it's everything. But that's the thing. I like how he paid respects, even though he's given up on the superstitions, things like that. He still is paying the respects to them in doing them. Making sure he was crowned.
ये लो, मेरी सबसे प्यारी कविताएं। नहीं, ये सचमुच बहुत अच्छी कविताएं हैं।
जैसे आपको कुछ पता ही नहीं।
नहीं, क्या?
मेरी शादी तय हुई है।
शरद प्रधान से? He's my favorite poet.
He lives across the street.
वहाँ रहते हैं।
वो जो वहाँ चल रहे हैं? किताबों का कमरा।
चलो।
They became fast friends.
हमें वहाँ ऊपर जाना मना है, इसलिए।
क्यों?
कहते हैं कि वहाँ भूत है।
They say there are ghosts in the entire building.
नहीं भाभी, अरे चल ना, मैं नहीं आने वाली। चल चल चल, भाभी मत जाओ।
देखते हैं कि हमारे घर में हमारे इजाजत के बगैर कौन रह रहा है।
Yeah, they're the first to die in a horror movie. One wants to leave and the other one pulls them into the person that's the axe murderer. Yeah, by roping that section off, they're losing so much space.
चलो भाभी, हम जाएंगे यहाँ से।
चाबी कहाँ है इस ताले की?
मेरे बाबा के पास, लेकिन उनसे मांगने का ख्याल भी मत करना।
सोच लो, तुम्हारे शरद की एक और अच्छी किताब है मेरे पास। चाहिए?
हाँ।
He sees that the doors are open.
ये बहू तो यहाँ नहीं आई। तीसरी मंजिल पर जाना सख्त मना है, तुम्हें पता है ना? कि तुम्हारी अकल कर्पूर की तरह उड़ गई।
See, the thing that bothers me is like when you've seen this film. So first going into it, I knew it was going to be like a horror comedy, but the fact that it's a psychological kind of horror comedy, you realize that a lot of the actions taken are over the top due to ignorance, because they believe so wholeheartedly in the superstition that they never thought to make sure to prove it. They never thought to prove it. That's one of the issues with like belief and superstition, that people lean into it so much that nobody questions. So the fact that he's yelling at his daughter-in-law because she doesn't know any better, she's not intelligent enough to, I mean, it's an insult to his daughter-in-law. It's being rude to his daughter because he assumes he knows better. Because at the very end of the film, does he feel regret for his actions? I don't recall him ever feeling sorry for how he treated everyone. Of course, it's disobeying him, but then again, he's doing everything on ignorance. He's acting upon ignorance and not true first-hand knowledge. That's the thing. It's like you get the guy who came from America, he's like, I only believe in truth. It's just like he needs to experience it himself. And then he starts experiencing himself because it turns into a psychological horror at that point. Not a horror. But seeing it after the fact, you realize that a scene like this is more disgusting than anything because he's doing everything out of ignorance. He's being rude out of ignorance, not being insightful, not being knowledgeable, just ignorance and fear, which is a very dangerous thing for someone in power to have. And a lot of people in power have ignorance and fear.
तुम जैसे पढ़े लिखे लोग इस बात का मजाक उड़ाएंगे, लेकिन आजकल के परदेसी वैज्ञानिक भी भूत प्रेत और पिशाच में विश्वास करने लगे हैं। ये सत्य है। मुर्दों की अतृप्त आत्माओं को ललकारने का क्या मतलब है?
Yeah, fear guides him. Fear guides him to make rash decisions, and just assuming that scientists now will believe in it, it just...
तो मंजुलिका को छत से लटकता पाया और साथ में थी एक चिट्ठी। उसमें उसने कसम खाई थी उसकी आत्मा किसी भी राजा को इस महल में जीने नहीं देगी। बस उसके बाद तो जैसे नजर लग गई राजा के राज को, बर्बादी छाने लगी। अचानक एक दिन राजा की भी मौत हो गई।
See, that's the thing. You seeing this film with hindsight, it reveals so much. Because I remember they do the flashback to when the story started taking hold and, you know, possessing, taking possession over her. It was in this moment, and going through it, it's like, okay, so the king beheaded the dancer, and then the woman hung herself. The one who loved her hung herself in the room she was locked in and claimed to. But if the king was willing to do that, the odds are high, very high, that the king was killed by someone in his court, and it was just assumed to be the ghost. It was just assumed to be the ghost. Of course it was. I think, did they mention that at the end? Because now that I'm saying it, I think, you know what? Maybe Akshay Kumar brought that up at the end. He actually did the research and found out everything, which everyone just forgot because they assumed. But yeah. Oh, I freaking love this movie. I freaking love this movie. And I know it's a remake of the original, like close to exact remake of the original, which I still need to see. I can't find, but I still need to see it.
कहानी अच्छी है।
बहुत दिलचस्प।
गांव वालों ने अपने मनोरंजन के लिए बनाई होगी।
पता है, तुम्हारी माँ ने बताया था कि इस महल में बहुत बड़ा खजाना है, हीरे सोने के जेवर भी हैं। मैंने पूरा महल देख लिया पर कुछ मिला ही नहीं।
Wait.
शायद उसी कमरे में छुपाया होगा।
So she's hunting for gold and jewels in his palace? She's just a gold digger. She's just a gold digger and a crazy person. She's a gold digger and a possessed crazy person. I mean, that he really picked the wrong person. If at least pick just a crazy person. Avoid the gold digging aspect, because a crazy person, at least they care for you too. But she's crazy and a gold digger. She wants the diamonds and jewels. Why is she fixating on that? But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
तुम्हारा घर है, जो चाहे कर लो।
Yeah, I think I noticed that last time, but the fact that she wants to go hunting for the gold and jewels, they must be behind that room. That's the reason why they created this story. It's a pull. It's a pull. That room looks too clean for it to have been resting for like 60 years. Yeah, you wouldn't even be able to see a reflection in that mirror. Now that looks more like it. There's the drawing or painting. Yeah, those would have been eaten by rats. Very catchy tune. Oh, where she could see the poet from her room in her personal chambers. Avni.
या फिर दिखाई दिया नहीं होगा, क्योंकि असर शुरू हो गया है। वो लोहार जिसने चाबी बनाई मर गया है वो।
जानती हो तुमने क्या किया? तुम एक चाबी नहीं संभाल सकते।
See, that's the thing. Seeing this stuff in hindsight is just the fact that he slapped her I just want to break the nose. Just want to break the nose. But yeah, it's tragic that the blacksmith had a heart attack. Working around fumes too much, and the fact that he was elderly on top of that.
तुम्हारी इस बेटी ने तुमसे चाबी चुरा कर एक दूसरी चाबी बनवाई और सिद्धार्थ की बहू ने उस कमरे का ताला खोला.
Wait a minute. 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 So not only did he hit her, that daughter's father was standing there, not even doing anything to the fact. I don't care. If I had a child and my own father raised his hand to her or him, I would hit my father. I am not lying. Especially if there is no right for it. When talking can stand in a place of any, like, there's never a right to hit a child. Sure, there is punishment like a spanking, but never actual assault like that. That was not right. And the fact that he's just standing there okay with it is just, I hate that. I hate that. If I was her father, I would be beating the hell out of that man. I wouldn't care if he's my brother. I wouldn't care if it's my cousin. I wouldn't care if that was my father. They have no right to raise their hand to my child. Oh, I don't even remember catching that last time around. But yeah, the fact that that's not his, he is... That's like me going around getting mad at someone, a kid, for what's something simple and stupid? Okay, I bought an ice cream and I was turning around and a little kid just came and took it. And then what do? I smacked the kid across the face. No. That punishment does not meet that crime. Oh, but she let out an evil spirit. They're all idiots and assume that there's an evil spirit. And it's just that still doesn't rationalize the fact that it's another man assaulting another person's child. That doesn't make it right. Even if they all believe, even if it was a true horror film where the spirit ends up possessing everyone, it's still not right for someone else to take another parent's place. Because, of course, this man's too weak to what? Assault the person who lost the key? No, he's going to take it out on the daughter, not the father, the one who was the one who lost it, the one who had it taken. It was his responsibility to hold it, but no, he's not going to raise a hand to him because that man was a weak man and could only hit a woman. Whoa, that was worse than I thought. Oh, my gosh. Apologies. That really bothered me. I don't like it when people raise their hands to people that are weaker than them. I just don't. I absolutely do not.
अब तुम खड़े-खड़े मेरा मुंह क्या ताक रहे हो? जाओ जाके आचार्य श्री को बुला के लेके आओ. एक वही हैं जो इस आपत्ति से हमें बचा सकते हैं.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That just really bothered me right there. I wasn't expecting to get triggered that much, but it hit to the core for me. It really hit to the core.
देखो लोहार की चिता अभी तक जल रही है.
मैंने पता किया है वो पियक्कल लोहार की मौत लिवर फेल होने की वजह से हुई है कोई भूत से नहीं.
See, that's the thing. He actually went and did the research. He found out, that this man died because, of course, his wife came to him afraid. He goes to find out, and it was liver failure. So I was right. He was an elderly man, drank a lot, and was working over a fire, and breathing in that smoke is not healthy for you, on top of drinking a lot. So yeah, he wasn't going to last long. As sad as that is. And here he's going with the information, and of course the superstitious moron who assaults children and not the adults who are responsible for them, assaults children. Oh my gosh. This film is changing for me. Again, in hindsight, this film is really changing meanings.
आप लोगों ने डराया होगा.
जब तक आचार्य यज्ञ प्रकाश जी फिर से उस ताले पर भैरव कवच चढ़ाकर उस कमरे को बंद नहीं कर देते, तब तक यहाँ रहना खतरनाक है.
वहम, अंधविश्वास और मानसिक खेलों का अजीब बुलबुलैया है.
The funny thing is he is the only one that's making sense. And to be honest, I would kind of be in the same boat, but I would not be as rude. Well, technically, he owns the house. It is his palace. There's no reason he should have to listen to everyone else. It is his house. If he wants to die in it, it's his choice. It's his choice. Just like me, if I own the place and someone else is trying to tell me what to do with my place, I'm going to tell them to take a hike. It's not their responsibility. Thank you for taking care of it for the past some odd years and letting it go to ruin, not being taken care of and everything falling apart. Because, well, in order for a house to stay upright, you have to make sure it stays dusted and clean, because weathering does destroy a place. If a house isn't lived in, it gets destroyed. Houses need to be lived in order to, well, last, because living in them sustains them. Oh, yeah, but it's just like I'm hating this person more and more and more, just because he's crossing boundaries. Get mad at me for him being an elder, but he's an idiotic elder. I'm using that and just, yeah. Oh my gosh, because this guy, originally I thought he was being rude, but now going back at it, it's like he owns the place. It's his place. Sure, everyone else is trying to help him out with advice, but if it's a horror film and they all leave and he dies, in the end, nobody else needs to feel guilty because it's his choice. Oh my gosh, I'm going crazy here. I'm going crazy. I love this film. I love this film.
जो होगा सब साथ में मिलके चलेंगे. सबके यहाँ आने का इंतजाम करो. जी भैया.
See, that's the thing. I don't like him, but he did the right thing because now when things start happening, what's going to happen? The Indian American feels guilty. And let's face it, he's an Indian American at this point. The way he's talking, because he sounds more like me, right? He sounds more like me. I like him. I like him. May we die by our own stupidity. Oh.
जहर? ओह, वो चूहों को मारने के लिए. जी,
Oof,
इस जहर को
oof,
जरा
that-
के किचन में रख देना. जी, thank you.
That's good. That's good. That right there is a good place to end it, because that leads into a lot. The rat poison, the fact that it was got because there are rats infesting the house, because that plays into later situations. Oh my gosh, I didn't expect to be rambling on so much on the first part. You know what? Doing a watch along for a film I've already seen, I think has me talking so much more. I apologize. me not seeing the film, I make a few comments and I talk a lot already, but right here, it's just seeing things with hindsight, knowing where things are going. And it's like, I just can't keep my mouth shut on some scenes, because it's aggravating when you know it after the fact. And sure, there are cultural differences. Like I'm sure most people are offended at the fact that I would raise my hand to him, who's basically an uncle. Would be my uncle if I would be the Indian American. He would be my uncle, and I'd still hit him. I mean, that's just... No, wait, no, I would have been the brother? I don't know the entire family relationship. I don't know the entire dynamic, but I still would have hit him. And sure, that would be seen as disrespectful, but I have a different concept on respect. I'm a firm believer of it being earned and not given off of who you are or where you're born in the hierarchy of the family. I've never cared for that. I have 4 brothers. 4 brothers. Some I respect more than others. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. And I'm just going to say it that way, because if I say don't respect, then that just sounds wrong. It just sounds wrong. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean, because it's something that's earned. You get respect through your actions. I'm sure most of my brothers don't respect me because I'm not a family-centered person. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to explain it. I'm not very... I don't engage with my brothers. I don't. I mean, they have a brothers chat. I'm not involved in it because I don't have the Apple phone, which apparently is important. But yeah, it's one of those things that I'm not affiliated. So I guess I'm not in the same respect boat as they are with each other. It's weird. It's weird. But it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I know respect is earned. So if they've earned it from me and I've earned it from them, that's all that matters in the end. I'm not entitled to it because I'm their brother, and they're not entitled to it because they're my brother. It's something that is earned and lost even easier. Oh, sorry. This is... I'm going into so many topics on this film. I'm going to stop it here because I've been recording for an hour. An hour! And it's only like 40 minutes into the film. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles. Oh, I love this film. I'm having so many problems.